anyway, it is fascinating to me to watch these people who swear by these polls. For example, I'm all hunky-dory. I'm fine with it. I'm not trying to throw cold water on it. But does anybody really believe? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about this. Is it really likely? Is it really possible, for example, that, say, women, after the debate, change their minds to the tune of 15% of them? Is that really how people make up their minds in a presidential election? Are people's opinions that fluid? Well, take women, anybody. I mean, the only demographic Obama still has is blacks, 95-3, in whatever poll you look at. But you know me, I've always had an arm's length with these polls because I think they're used to make news. But I've also said that once you get into October, and as you get closer to the election, the pollsters all start getting concerned about accuracy and their legacy for the next round of elections and so forth. So they always tighten up, and they always get closer to reality as you get closer to the election. But I just, I don't know anybody whose opinions are this fluid and volatile. I mean, what is the old cliche? Debates don't matter. How many of you have heard that in past presidential elections? Yeah, they're interesting to watch, and they might affect a few swing voters. They really don't matter because people have their minds made up long. But now, all of a sudden, that debate is the single. See, my point is if we've got polling data now that shows Romney ahead wherever he's ahead, I think he's been ahead for months or weeks. I don't think it happened overnight. I think we've been misled for whatever reason. I'm not even chalking up to a conspiracy. And I'm not trying to talk you out of believing this one or these polls. I mean, they're all saying Romney is surging in most every demographic. You've got the Pew poll showing Romney ahead by 4, but within that poll, you have massive shifts in certain demographics. Rasmussen says again that Romney's up by 2 now in the 11 swing states that matter. And the 2 polls in Pennsylvania from yesterday both pretty much say the same thing. Romney down 2, which is margin of error tied. That puts Pennsylvania in play. You have these guys out in Colorado, we talked about them yesterday, that have not been wrong since 1980, and they put together their projection based solely on economic data. They don't poll people. They don't go out and sample opinion. They just look at the economic data. They haven't been wrong since 1980. They say Obama is going to lose Pennsylvania. Romney's going to win Pennsylvania. They've got Romney at 330 electoral votes. And these guys haven't been wrong. So we're watching an utter panic on the left because these polls are the Bible to them. It's their polls. It obviously makes sense. They own them. They run them, and they report them. And I have to tell you, I watch this with utter amazed fascination.